Okay, I'm back. Hello, everybody. Let me get started here. All right, so as some of you guys know, I got the head basically done. I was thinking I was gonna try putting I know I talked about this the bags under his eyes, which I think I'm gonna make those up before I get too much farther, just to see how I like them. I can always just pin them on or tape them on for now, and if I really like them, I could sew them on. If not, then I don't need to use them. But I think it's worth exploring. The other thing I came across was well, let me shut that window. I end up opening that window in the morning to kind of air this place out a little bit. Um, Another thing I came across, which I know I think Dave Baker has been asking about, is I found Ralphie's body. This is the Ralphie body I built right around the same time the original puppet got stolen. And at that time, I wasn't making puppet bodies where they had too much structure to them. I was trying to make them. You can see how thin. You can see how thin Ralphie is. I mean, he's tiny, and so the attempt was to make it as thin as possible. Um, I've since basically I have a pattern for Mayberry's body that and Ralph's body, and actually they all share the same body except Sammy and Roberta. Um, they have their own specific bodies because they're slightly different shape. But I can just make a foam insert. But I think I'm gonna at least see, because I did make this neck, and I kind of like it, and we'll see if it works. If it does, I'll make something similar for the actual final one. So let's see. So let me think how to do this. I guess I put this on. Oh, it's tight. That's one of the criticisms that a lot of these puppets had, was that they're super tight. So I'm going to try to address that as well. Let me see. One of the main reasons I stopped using this style, or I didn't use it for very long. This was I think the first one I was going to use this on. But one of the reasons I stopped doing it is because there was really no easy way to attach the arms to this setup. He's got a seam in the back I'm trying to line up. Hey, Kenneth. Thank you. All right. So there he is with Ralphie's body. And I think he does need some structure in there. I could kind of show you what he would look like if he had this body. That's a second. We're gonna try something here. Where's that? Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Okay, let me get this situated here. Okay. He's on the stand. He's huge. Put it back here. I mean, he is a thin fellow. You might be able to get away with a body like this. But I do have this old Ralph, which the arms are, I mean, I don't know if you can notice, but they've been popping off because they're just on here with grommets. I can actually put these arms on him to kind of approximate what he's going to look like. Do I have a safety pin? See, this is the problem with this style of arm, or this style of body, is there's no real easy way to attach the arms to it. I didn't see a safety pin, so I'm just going to use a regular pin and stick myself. Here's one. These arms are so old too. I think these still use the skewers when I was using metal skewers to attach arms. And of course, he has the red body as opposed to the purple. All right, so that's kind of what he would have looked like with, you know, the more I look at this thin body, I might want to go this route. It's kind of nice. I mean, he definitely looks like the character. Let me get him. These arms are terrible, but I make much better arms now. You know, I'm not hating this body. Well, I have Mayberry's body too. I can try, see if I like it a little bit thicker. Let's see. Okay, let me pop this off. That's kind of the nice thing. I could even put Strange Pork's body on there if I really wanted to. Okay, so that's option one with no structure in the body, which I'm suddenly liking. I think I even have a pattern for it, which is great. Okay, there's the first one. Let me pop Mayberry's body off. Now, this is always really jarring for me because I'm so used to Mayberry, you know, them having different bodies. Okay, so there's Mayberry's body. And structurally, this is closer to what I had in mind. Oop. Now I feel like I need to remake Mayberry's body. Okay, so that's more of the structured body. I don't know. They're not that much bigger. It's not that much bigger than what I had. I do like these arms better. Okay, so the nice thing about this is there is a little bit more structure to it. But yeah, I think I'll go with that style of body. I could change my mind when I get to Ralphie since I already got one built. I mean, just for fun. This is like the puppet wars have gone through here. So he could rock the pigs in space look. Well, I'll tell you what, though. I mean, the biggest difference between the Melonpool puppets and the ones I'm building now is that the ones I build now have these elbow structures, and I think these guys are not going to have any type of elbow. I think it's going to be just the kind of stuffed ragdoll Grover arm, just because that's kind of the cartoony style. Okay, so I've learned nothing. I've learned nothing about what I like. All right, so let's get Strange Sport's head back on there. I mean, that's the nice thing about these things being so modular, is that I can pop the heads on or the arms on pretty easily. There's one. Okay. Yeah, just about the time I finish all these other puppets, I'll have to rebuild Mayberry. Okay. So there's Mayberry. Put Ralph back together. See, the biggest problem that we had with these puppets, these older puppets, number one, there's no liner, but they're real tight right in here because of this collar. So I was thinking of actually making a elastic part of it so that it could stretch. But I don't know if I need it. Where's my grommet? All right. I have the Mayberry from that. I might even have, no, I had the Mayberry and the Sammy from that group of puppets, I think. The ones I made in 2001. It'd be interesting to have them all lined up. Okay, so let me see. What am I going to do first? I think I'm gonna check out what I have for patterns for the body. And they might be in the miscellaneous. Like I said, they share a lot of pieces with the other puppets. And all of these are no longer valid. Sure, I'm glad I held on to those for as long as I did. All right. So none of those are going to be anything anymore. Here's my miscellaneous patterns. Okay, so that is a no foam body pattern for that, which is a possibility. This is unlabeled. Body pattern back. Male body front ×1. Male body side times 2. Male body side 2 times 2. Body pattern front. Well, I'm glad this says top on it because I certainly don't know what it is. Let's see, this is body back. Okay, there's a hand. There's another hand. I know this is all just super entertaining. There's a sleeve. That's the inside liner. Okay. You know, I almost hate that I found this red pattern because I kind of think I'm just going to do this. This would be super simple. I think I have a thin piece of foam in here. It actually kind of feels like it's just maybe polyfill. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to do that. I have the material. I never was real happy with Mayberry's body. So, much like my own. Got that. I need these. No idea what that is. So this is, oh, that's what this is, I think. I think this is part of this Star Trek uniform. I mean, I can't believe how small this body is. Okay. This will go a lot faster, which is nice. Which is nice. Okay, first things first, I have to change out my thread for black. One thing I found, especially with the purple, I could never find a purple that didn't read as too light once I sewed with it. So I found that if I actually used black when I was doing purple, that it was less noticeable than if I actually used a purple thread. So I'm going to do the same thing this time. I'm not going to even deal with it. Wait, is that blue? No, it's black. Okay, so I don't have a pattern for this part. So I'm going to have to guess. But I'm going to make a new pattern based on my guess. Okay, so I found out this is 5 inches across. So I'm going to make it, let me find a pencil. Let me go sharpen it. Yeah, when Eric first saw the Ralph puppet the one that got stolen, and I had a structure in there, first thing out of his mouth was, "Boy, Ralph got back." So that plays over and over in my mind, thinking that maybe I should go this route. Also, let me show you what I'm doing with his neck. So when I draw it, I do this kind of square, this square thing with 3 lines that goes through it. It's kind of based on the Jetsons' feet, the way that their ankles are. There's really no way to make that as a 3-dimensional thing. I mean, I suppose I could have rings of plastic or something in there, but that would be completely non-functional. I thought about using a piece of sewer pipe at one point for that, but honestly, I think just this kind of ribbed, three ribs in black is probably the best option. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So it's 5 inches on both sides. I'm going to add a 1/2 inch of seam allowance to it. I'm also going to fold it over, and I want it to be, it's only like 1 inch. How long was on this one? It's about 1.5 inches. I kind of like 1.5 inches. Okay, we're going to make it 1.5 inches. I'm going to double it. This is kind of the by the seat of my pants type of patterning I do a lot of the time, especially for stuff like this. Okay, so I want there to be, so this is going to fold. It's going to fold here. This is going to be the top of the neck. It's going to go down into, ooh. Okay, I need to bring that up about 1/2 inch because I want there to be, okay. See, this is why we do this. This is why we do that this way. Okay. I'm going to do 2 inches. And the bottom is going to be, it's going to be the seam. It's going to be what joins this black part to the red part or the purple part. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's ribbing. It goes all the way around. So There's a method to my madness, I swear. Okay, that's the fold. Now I want to make sure, yeah, about a half an inch. Yeah, about a half an inch of each of these, which is good. I really only need to mark one of them. Okay. All right. I think that's about as good as it's gonna be. Oh, I do want to mark this part too. This is the part I always forget. See, these are the type of decisions that were real important to me when I was 12. 9 was 83, so I would have been 9. I'd be 11, I guess. When I was 11, it was very important to me that those 3 lines were there. When I'm paying the price now, okay, I don't want to put any lines on the outside, so I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna mark it on the inside. Okay. I'm also gonna try this. I'm gonna try cutting another slit in this, so I have more to mark. Oh, maybe I'll do it the other way where it's actually marked. Since I'm going to machine sew this, the more marks I have, the better off I'll be. Should I do it one more time? It's like origami. All right, so there's. I'll show you from the back. So that's kind of the IBM card that I'm using here for the pattern. I think I have just enough of this. I want to make sure the stretch is going that way. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. I need to mark these. I'm just going to put notches everywhere. Okay. Okay, that should do it. And this is the salvage edge, so that's why I'm moving it over to the side here. And I'm going to be finding these little red ostrich feathers everywhere. Wonder where those came from. I'm not sure that all these tick marks were really necessary, but I've committed to it. I should make 2 of these right now, so I'll use them eventually. I don't usually put my seam allowance on my patterns. The only reason I'm doing it on this one is because I've made enough of these over the years that I've forgotten to put the seam allowance on. And I just figure I better cut my losses. The more I feel this one, I don't think there's any stuffing in it. Although, yeah, I don't think I'm going to put stuffing on it. Yeah, connect the dots. Connect the dots. La, la, la. Connect the dots. I must have gone through every bag I had of half-completed puppets, knowing that I had seen that Ralphie body for years. Like every time, I just messed it up. Every time I would be looking for something else, that body would be there, and I'd always think, oh, I'll use it eventually, or maybe, if I don't, oh, that's interesting. I could use this. Okay, when I make Ralphie, I might just use that. So let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna fold it on that. And then this edge will be the one that I attach it to the body on. This might end up just being a prototype. If I haven't said it before, I never know what I'm doing here. Not exactly. I think it's just going to be the fabric. I think the fabric has enough to it. I mean, we'll see. I might. He was asking, what am I going to use to fill the ribs? In the past, I've put polyfill in there, and I've put foam in there. But I don't know that it needs it. I'm gonna take a chance. I'll take a chance to see what happens. So exciting. Okay, here we go. I'll know soon enough if this works or not. That sounds healthy. So from the front, let me try another one. Let me do another one here. Okay, well, that's what happens when your machine jams. In case you're wondering. Actually, my bobbin was in backwards too. Had a lot of things going against me there. Yeah, see? Well, you see how well you can see the ribbing? No. You can't see it at all on the camera, but it's there. I suppose I could do it with white thread. Well, you know what? I'm going to make, I'm going to try something. I'm just going to call this one toast. Although it's perfectly fine. I just kind of want to see what this looks like. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get a scrap piece of fabric and try it. So I have done this before. We'll see if it actually still works. I should do this in the privacy of my own home. That is with the camera off. In case it doesn't work. here's another technique. If I want to stuff it. So you basically flatten out the foam. And you got to do it slowly. I love it how I say you got to do it slowly, and then I go super fast. Okay, let me do another one of those. All right, so yeah, but I don't know where I would get quilt backing. All right, so there's the one without. Like I don't think you guys can see that at all, but there is a texture there, and that actually, yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna have to do it. I think that looks better. Yeah, okay. You should have come on about 15 minutes earlier, Charles. Yeah, but that's going to also... Let me think about this for a minute. Because that's also going to impact the way that I join it. I wonder if I have... That's brown, isn't it? Is that brown? Yeah, that's brown. Come on. Yeah. If that was a really dark gray, I might have tried that. I don't think I have any gray. All right, well, I'm going to finish this one up and see how it looks without the foam in there. Although as of right now, I do like the foam part better, the foam look. I think it's still salvageable. Okay. All right. Well, if I have that one. Oh, that's a good view. Sorry about that, guys. That's the view I thought I was going to be doing. So if I'll go back to that. So if I were to finish this one, it's very simple to finish because that's all I have to do. It doesn't have to have that much. I don't think that too much is gained from doing that. I don't know how important it is to give it too much bulk, though. I used to put wire in there. I used to run a thing at the channel. I mean, I could try that, too. This is why puppets take so much time. You know, My favorite thing I have a bunch of these left over from the Godzilla. Giant zip ties. Let me get another one. I wouldn't have to clasp them. I could just stick them in there. Assuming they're straight. That might be a big assumption. Okay, so that's the way it looks with zip ties inside, which I'm not sure if that helps at all. Keeps it stiff. Yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing, but I already had that figured out if I had to. I have this really wide elastic that I was thinking about at the seam, giving it basically about that much stretch. So you basically have about that much stretch in there so that we could get it on and off. Again, that was always the drawback to this type of collar. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not hating it just by itself. Maybe I should just keep it simple, stupid, you know? I don't know that stuffing is really going to help it that much. Not for the amount of work it's going to be. Let me get the wire, though. See if that helps. I just saw those zip ties when I was walking over here. Now, the one that got stolen did have wire in there, and my recollection is that it was tough to use, and the wire didn't add too much. Again, it's just going by, because I don't have patterns for everything. I just have kind of partial patterns. Let's see. That's going to be bare. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Sorry, I'm not showing you anything. It's just because I can't show you anything. It's top secret. The other thing is I noticed on this one is I can't put the mark on the line here because you'll be able to see it from the front. I can do it on all the others, but okay, let me get another piece of wire. Well, let's see. Just 1 second. It might. I did actually do this on the original one, which makes me think it might help a little bit, but this is more like things that don't really need to be solved, but might as well at least entertain the idea right now. Oh, I could actually. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, I'm just going to do 2 of them. I should have done that before I put it all together in. It'll be like a fish hook now. Well, okay. My thinking was that I could hem this real quick. Hopefully not get the wire stuck in the hem. Oh, heck. Okay, well. Okay, so the idea is that there's tension on it before I close it up. Where's it going even? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I don't know that'll work. Yeah, honestly, much like my obsession with making the necks super small early on, I feel like nobody cares about this collar. Cotton stuffing is my vote. It'll be a little work, but the finished product will be worth it. Well, let me show you something. Let me show you something I have. And I remember how I did this one. If I can find it. It's another one of those things I run across all the time. Oh, you know what? I don't have it. I don't have it handy. I made a Star Trek uniform years ago for Sam to wear. I was going to make Star Trek uniforms for all the characters for the Melonpool movie that I never finished. And I did the timpani collars on all of them, and I just had a piece of foam that I stuck in there and ran it about every half an inch and created that collar. It looked really good. But oh, hey, Lori. So let me tell you what I'm working on. I'm trying to duplicate this collar here. This is the old Ralphie body, and you can't really tell what it is, but on here, I don't know if you can see it. That's the problem. On it, there are 3 lines of fabric. Is there something in there? There's 3 lines, and I'm trying to figure out how I did it all those years ago. It looks like there's foam in there. But maybe not. There's definitely some squish to it. I know that I never had the batting. I know I never bought the batting in my life, so I'm pretty sure that the batting's not in there. And I'm pretty sure there's not a big line of polyfill. So the only thing it could be is foam. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. This is, it's not worth putting the wire in there, I've decided. Because it's just going to get in the way. These will become hands someday, I'm sure. Out of the way. All right. But I did learn that I want to not put that line on the top because it'll be noticeable on the finished product. So. All right. Yeah, I used to have plastic tubing in there too, and again, it was more trouble than it was worth. I mean, I can show you what it looks like. Again, it adds so much extra work to the finishing of the back. Where's that one I made? Okay, there's one. I'll just chop up this tube a little bit. I'm not hating this. I only use a little piece of this stuff in some of the mechanisms I do. I think this is the wrong size for what I usually use anyway. Okay, so there it is. And again, I think I'd have to get vinyl tubing because this is super tight. Well, let me try and finish it off. This is the type of stuff that probably makes Lori really nervous using my machine this way. I just need about a ½ inch of gap on both sides. I almost have it. Heat gun then, and add elastic to the back seam like you mentioned. Maybe. almost think if I got one of those plastic slinkies, that would almost work. Oh my gosh, this is so tight. I don't think I can even finish the seam up. Can I have a safety pin? I know I looked for one earlier. Nope. Still no safety pin. Nope. Yeah, that's really tight. Yeah, I can't even keep it. I can't even keep it stuck. I'll just wrestle with this for an hour. I just want to see if I can get my hand through it. That's all I want to do. Okay, let me chop off a little bit more of this. See, I think this was part of the reason why those puppets got stolen. In that, yeah, that's. I think this is just too. Oh, see you later. It's like hand sewing to me. Yeah, I don't think that this. I mean, I like the tubing. I like the way the tubing looks. But I think if I got vinyl tubing, it would be the way to go. But again, I don't know if it's worth all this extra effort. Ah, yeah. I mean, really, does that look significantly better? Back to the cotton. I don't know where I would get cotton. I mean, if Joann's was around, I would just go and get some, but I don't even know where to get it anymore. Wait, did I get batting with all that stuff? I thought I might have had some cotton batting. I don't. Well, then I think I just got to cut my losses and not put anything in there. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? Should I wait a day and see if it works? Because I can't really do the rest of the body unless I have this figured out. Unfortunately, I guess I can. I guess I can put those eye bags on. Yeah. Okay. You talked me into it. I will order some cotton batting. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Eventually, I'll use it for something else, I'm sure. Okay, cotton batting. This is why you tune in to see me log on to Amazon and buy stuff. Let's see. Cotton batting for quilting. What's the cheapest batting I can get? I wonder if Michaels sells it. I don't see it. Cotton batting. Oh, yeah, they sell it. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll go over to Michael's and take a look at it and see. I just have regular yeah, I have a bag of stuffing, but it would be so unruly to try and figure that out to do that. I mean, it would basically be that I'd make a line of this, right, with the batting. Put it in there and then just sew through it like I did with this. I was thinking I would use the sheet of like the 1/2 inch batting. But yeah, okay. Let me stew on it a little bit for a while. Okay. All right, here's his bags. It's not my bag, baby. Here's a little bit darker fleece. I need to pull these out because I'm not going to use them. I'm just more curious to see if these bags are worth putting on there as well. There's one, there's the other. So I'm gonna I'll put the contact cement on here, but I'm gonna shoot this outside real quick with the spray adhesive. I'll be right back. Okay. Or I could leave a comic up for you guys to read. I think. Well, now I know. I have no idea what happened to that comic. Okay, I won't leave anything. Okay, I'm back. I've been finding that on the fleece, especially, and the ultra suede, that the spray adhesive works great on that side, and then it actually will bond with the contact cement. Because I was always trying to put the spray adhesive on super light on the on the fabric so it didn't get too wet, and that solves that whole problem. We'll see in the long run if it blows up in my face, but I think it's a good tack. Okay. Glue in the respirator. Open that window. See, I need to get all this mechanized so I can just hit a button and all these things will change. Have a cone of silence that comes down over me. Okay. So this fabric is not nearly as dark as I thought it was. It actually is a pretty good skin tone. I'll probably use it on the next thing I do, but it is darker than what I used on the rest of the puppet. Hopefully it'll be dark enough that it shows a little bit of contrast. Yeah, these are the under eye bags I'm working on right now. I'm still not 100% sold on whether to use them or not. But I'll soon be sold whether or not I'm going to use them. One. It's like a little kidney bean. It's Ralph's appendix. I'm making his appendix. See, their young like to wrap themselves around the cerebral cortex, rendering the subject extremely susceptible to suggestion. But Ralph doesn't have ears. Okay, so there's his bags. Not my bags, baby. Okay. Here he is in all his glory. I'm almost tempted to make his nose this color too, but yeah, I don't know if this is a good idea. Kind of looks like a weird mustache or a growth or something. It might be too big. Yeah, I'll try it though. He looks like Nine Numb with these things on here. So I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to say no to these eye bags. Yeah, and I really did a rotten job on that nose anyway when I was covering it. I think maybe no eye bags, but maybe I'll redo the nose. It's just pinned on basically. I couldn't figure out a way to sew it on, so I just hot glued it to the tips of the eyes here and put a couple of pins in through the back. So it'd be pretty easy to remove it. Yeah, I say no to the eye bags too, but it was worth trying. I could always stick him on when he's really tired. I'm going to leave him for now. I'm not going to do anything with him just yet. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm just kidding. I feel like I've accomplished nothing. Yeah, I agree. I think maybe if they were a little smaller or maybe a little darker, but I don't have either right now, so I don't really feel like spending too much time on it. All right, next up. I mean, this is all that material I have left. What did I use? Oh, I used this on Godzilla. Okay, so should I try the cotton batting that I have? I guess I should try the cotton batting I have. Because I'm a glutton for punishment. All right, where's that? Okay, what else did I learn? I learned on that other one that I needed yeah, I'm good. Okay. So let's see. I don't need to do that one. That's what I learned. I didn't learn much, but I learned that. I also think I'll leave a little bit more on the neck part of the thing so that I can just cut it off even. I mean, this is the thing, though. This is it's all about trying to. Oh no, I don't want to do that one. Okay, well, it's all about trying to get it as close to the character as I can. Actually, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Each of these. That one. Each of these. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And I don't want to do the center one. So when I want to do the outside. So I kind of know where it is. Yeah, I'm going to try that right now. That's what I'm going to try and do. I'm not going to feed it in because that is just maddening, and I can't even wrap my mind around that one. Okay. Okay. Ugh, I hate this stuff. So I'll just kind of futz it around like that. Oh, wait. It should be inside of it. All right. There goes nothing. It'd be quilted like my toilet tissue. At least I'll have one that I have unstuffed that I can kind of compare it to. Right, there goes nothing. I have enough for one more. So if this doesn't work, we got to go find some more black collar material there. I think I'll do the long edge first, or the bottom edge first, so that it doesn't squeeze out as I do it. In fact, that's the way to do it. Yeah. I was thinking that maybe what I do is don't have it stuffed on this pass, and then stuff it afterwards, but I don't know. Sorry, I keep losing my needles, my pins. so good. And I didn't back stitch it because I shouldn't need to on this one. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go through and do each of these. Sounded really healthy. All right, so there's where we are right now. Okay, here's the one. Here's the one with nothing in it. Again, you can't see anything. So can I put a light on it? Okay, so there's that one. This is the one with the stuffing. You can kind of see it. And this is the one without the stuffing. I don't know that it looks much better. I mean, there's a little bit more dimensionality to the one with stuffing. Yeah, I'll just use it with the one with stuffing. It's fine. I left it a little long because I want to have a little bit of leeway when I'm attaching it to the body. All right, and that's the inside. That's the other thing I got to remember. All right, So let me find this is the pattern for the body. I'm not sure I'm going to be on tomorrow because I'll probably be on tomorrow, but I may have to get another eye injection tomorrow. So something to think about. Um, it's really good. Oh, that's the capybara. Where are my patterns? Here's Ralph and Ralph. I think I actually used foam in the original one. Okay. I may want to get out my walking foot too, because my recollection, I keep saying recollection. This fabric is pretty nasty stuff. It will move around on me quite a bit. And this is a little bit different color, but it's this nice velvety stuff. The backstory on Ralph is that he is a former. Oh, there's no stretch to this at all. Oh, there's no. He's a former king, a dethroned king or prince. Actually, that's what it was. He was a dethroned prince because his father didn't want to give up the throne, so he basically kicked his son off the planet. And as a result, he's constantly trying to get his throne back. What are you making, Charles? Because you just finished that unicorn, right? Now, was that for a commission or was that something you're just building? Where's the other? Where's that red? I keep losing everything. What am I doing? The one thing that I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do this. One thing that the cartoon characters all have that the puppets don't is this little petal fringe thing at the bottom of the body. And I just felt like that just got in the way of the puppet part of it. So I'm probably not going to put that on the puppet. This is some fancy fabric. I don't even know where this came from. I may have bought it for the rebuild. I just never used it. Well, that's the thing. That's why both Mayberry and Ralphie are both dressed in red. Is the idea that they're in the red shirts. Actually, the reason Mayberry's in red is because I have this theory that the main characters of comic strips in general have red shirts, have red outfits. Think about Little Orphan Annie and Charlie Brown in the comics has a red shirt. He has yellow shirt everywhere else, but he has a red shirt in the comics. Mickey Mouse has his red shorts. Anyway, those are the ones that came to mind when I was thinking about it growing up. And that's why Mayberry ended up in a red outfit, because he's the main character. And Ralph used to have a red. I might just use that. Ralph used to have a red outfit too, but Clydeen felt that if I had two characters that had two similar outfits, people would get confused. I just had too much fabric. I wonder if I should use the metallic silver. Yeah, I think that'll show up better. Oh, and you're not seeing anything. Sorry, let me fix that. Oh, that's cool. Now, is that for you or is that for commission? Now, I'll probably have to sew this to his head. I sent you a picture. Oh, cool. I'll take a look at it when I get off here. I'll still have this option. I may want to put some interfacing in the body of this so I have a place to attach the arms. Now, something to think about. Commission. That's good you're getting commissions. I went and got a whole bunch more foam. Just a second. In fact, I just got home before I went on this live stream. I went and got some more foam because I had used up all the foam that I had bought. I think I bought it in February. I used up as much as I used the whole year before in 4 months or whatever. So I've actually been a lot more prolific this year than I was last. But yeah, I'm going to start mocking that up as soon as I'm done tonight. And you know what? If this doesn't work, I can always make a new body that has foam in it. I have plenty of that purple fabric. You know what, though? I am going to do is I'm going to rethread this machine because it was making heck of a noise. Not unlike the planes that go by every 5 minutes here. Hello, Chase. How's it going? Come on. I probably should clean and oil this thing again. That's yet another thing I get anxious about. Okay. Good. That's awesome, Chase. I'm just looking at how this was put together. All right. Okay. I know you said you didn't like Meet the Feebles, but what didn't you like about it? It's probably a different taste thing. It could be. I don't know. It's fine. It's just I don't know. I felt like a lot of the time, kind of the same problem I had with Happy Time Murders. It seemed like they went for the gross joke as opposed to the good joke. I kind of like the non-velvety side of this too. If this doesn't, you know, it's actually pretty close to the color. Where is it? Yeah, it's closer, I guess. It's close as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Okay. So now, actually, I should probably sew this together. Chugging along. Come on. Come on, baby. Hold together. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I did a terrible job. I feel like this thing is a mess. Let's see. Just a second. Okay, so what I noticed was when I put the right side out on this, when I put the right side, I can see all this horrible ink. But a lot of times you can take ink off with a Sharpie. So I'm going to try. You take ink off with an alcohol pad, is what I'm trying to say. Sharpie ink. Yeah, it's just because it's too thick. I took most of it off. And that's actually batting, so I need to sew it again just a little closer. Oh, that went well. Oh, see you later, Chase. Okay. Let me chop off all this extra garbage. So I still put my hand up through it. No, just barely. Just like every other melon bull puppet. Okay, so now that becomes the outside. Okay, so let me think about this for a second. Okay. So that's the center line here. So the center line should be, let me think. Yeah, like so. Here, I should chop off some of this extra fabric. Let's see. One. Turn it back. What do you mean? Am I doing it backwards? Just a second. Let me trim off this. Let me trim off this extra fabric and we'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, so this is the outside. The inside here is the outside. Okay. And then that is the inside. So this is the way it'll be when it's done. So I had it right. It's like this. It's inside to inside, or outside to outside. But hey, if anything, look at how close I got as far as making that the right size. I got real darn close. Okay. Here, while I'm at it, I should do this too. I should put a ring of fabric in here too. A ring of boning in here. Yeah, I'll do that as well. Maybe not right now, but before it's done. I'll tell you what, I worried about it. I mean, honestly, I if I sound angry, I just get angry at myself for making mistakes. But I'm not angry about any of this. It's just, it's part of the process. You make mistakes, you learn, or you don't learn. I'm doing the same work that I did 11 years ago on the same puppet. I didn't get this far on the last puppet. I didn't get the head done. I got stuck when I put the hair on and it didn't look right. And the eye mech didn't work the way I wanted it to. Oops. Basically not the one that got stolen. The one that got stolen was done. But the one that I was using that as a guide to rebuild the other one, and it just was not turning out right. So, all right. There goes nothing. I think it just barely fits on here, if at all. Come on. Oh my God, that's tight. It's tight. Yeah, this may not work. This may be just a hair too tight. that won't stop me. Here we go. Cross your fingers, everybody. Hey, that didn't want to move at all. That's gonna look terrible. I can tell you already. Okay. There's no going back now. If it's ruined, it's ruined. Now's the time to place your bets whether this is going to work or not. It's also the time to place your bets whether I'm going to sew my finger or not. Come on. Come on, baby. I can see the finish line here. I did it. Okay, let's see what I got. It's Miller time. Now, let me just say, if I have this reversed, like we thought, like Charles said, I'm going to be so upset with myself because that was not easy. That was not easy making that turn. Okay, let's. Oh, man. Well, we're going to have to hold our breath just a little bit longer because I want to get that bottom seam on before I go any farther. Let me do that real quick. That won't be nearly as difficult, though. And I'm going to put a ring in this, so I'm going to end up, I just wanted to start it. I want to put the first seam, what do you call it? First hem on it before I got that ring in there. Okay. All right, moment of truth here. I hope this looks good. Oh, look at that. Aside from this little bit here, so you can't even see it. There's a little bit here that needs to be addressed, but I think I can just tack that down. But boy, that collar looks pretty darn good. I don't think I'll ever get any better than that. Okay, let's see how it looks on him. That's the back. Okay. So it's tight, but it's not terrible. I mean, I kind of like him with that really skinny body. Here, I got to get into my chamber of horrors here. There we go. I'll put the ring down here that kind of will expand that out. Now I'm tempted to take those arms off again. I do like that color. I like that fabric too. I like it now that it worked. It was a bear. It was a bear trying to get it to work, but all right. Pop these arms off again. So one of the things I do now, something that always bothered me about these arms, and I actually have this same fabric. I bought so much of it when I originally made these arms. But one of the things I did on the remake was I made a new pattern where the arm is flared out at the bottom. So it actually looks more like a sleeve. Like, let me put it on the right way. You can kind of see that's going to really like sell it as more of a sleeve. And I also made them a little bit longer. So anyway, let's pin these bad boys on. Wish I had a safety pin. Oh, no. Just... No. Come on. This is real down and dirty here. There's one arm. See, I think I'm going to need some structure in here. Keep the arms on. But I can put some interfacing in. I can put some interfacing in there that will help keep it in place. Okay. Oh, did I put it on? Put it on backwards. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, come on. Of course, now it's stuck on the stand. Boy, how'd that happen? So yeah. Let me get that on my knees. So that's basically what he's going to look like. Maybe I'll try and figure out the fringe too. So yeah, the idea would be that he's kind of like this most of the time, and then when somebody says something really stupid, he's like, or lets them both go. So yeah, and the arms will be more floppy. These things barely move. They're so difficult to use. But yeah, where's the drawing? So there we go. I gotta reconfigure these. I gotta adjust these antenna a little bit too. It looks like I just need to tack them up here, and then I'll keep them in place. Cool. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be off sync. I think it's starting to heat up. Do the voice. I don't really do the voice. Eric, I have to get Eric over here, but what is it? What are you looking at? Hey there. That's kind of the Muppet generic monster. Hey there. Give me some coffee. All right. Well, thanks for putting up with this. You had a lot of good solutions for that neck. I think I'm happier with that. And also, I probably would have tried to put padding in this body. A structure in this body. And I think he really needs to be as thin as he is. So, and I could always add a body later if I wanted to. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll be making arms tomorrow, or at least starting, and hopefully by the end of the week he'll be done. Although like I said, I may not come on tomorrow. I'll post something if I don't. I might have to get another eye injection tomorrow. So if I do, I may not pop on. So all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your evening, and thanks for joining me on this little excursion.